Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So I am barefaced today, just with my brows done and my eyes primed because today we are going to be filming a full face of first impressions. If you guys did watch my Sephora haul that I just posted a few days ago, then you guys probably already know what products I'm going to be trying out in today's video. But if you haven't watched that video already, then I definitely recommend heading over there, watching that video, seeing what products we're going to be using today, and then coming back over to this video to find out my opinions on them. But I am so excited to be digging my hands into these products today. I've been waiting for so long to get to play with these products, so I am so excited to be trying them out and sharing my opinions with all of you today. But I do know that this video is probably going to be really long already, so I'm going to cut this intro pretty short. But if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel already, then you guys should definitely hit the subscribe button down below. And also, if you guys want to be notified every single time I upload a new video, then hit the bell icon down below. That way you guys can be notified every single time. But without further ado, if you guys want to find out my opinion on these products, then please keep watching. So I know I can't be the only person who's really ready for fall already. I mean, fall's actually kind of close. I think that September 22nd or 23rd, somewhere around there, is like the actual official start of fall. So we're kind of close, but I've been burning my fall candles since like the end of August. I know it's a little bit crazy. I actually have one burning behind me right now. You guys can't see it, but she's back there. I would just really appreciate it if Florida could like speed up the process a little bit so I can start wearing my fall sweaters and jackets and pants and everything, because I'm ready for the fall weather. I love fall weather. I love dressing for fall way more than summer. I just love being cozy. But I just had to get that tangent out of the way before I start this video because that fall candle really has me in the fall mood right now. So speaking of fall, I feel like this eyeshadow palette that I got is pretty fall in my opinion. I mean, it's a really basic palette. I showed it to you guys in my Sephora haul. And sorry if the shirt is like all over the place while I'm filming. I'm probably gonna be messing with it like the whole time. So like I said, I am going to be using this palette right here today. It is the NATASHA DENONA Camel palette, and I'm really excited to be digging my hands into this. I've literally never tried a NATASHA DENONA palette before, and I know they are so hyped and like everybody loves them and raves about the quality. But I'm basically just gonna dig in and see where it ends up taking me. I don't even think I'm gonna swatch them. I think we're just gonna see how they perform on the eye, because that's what truly matters, you know what I mean? But I already did prime my eyes. As you guys can see, I just used my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder because that's usually what I do to prime my eyes. So I think I'm going to start out with this middle shade right here. It is called Safari, and I'm going to take that onto my Morphe M441 brush, and this is just going to be my transition shade into the crease. So this is definitely going to be like more of a cool tone brown transition shade. I feel like the second shade that I'm going to go in with is a little bit more warm tone, but overall I feel like this palette is mainly cool tones, which is different for me personally. I usually do like more of warm tone browns, but I really like this palette, so I hope it looks good on the eye. But so far I feel like this first transition shade is blending out pretty easily. Nothing like mind-blowing, but it's just a transition shade. We're gonna have to get into the palette a little bit more to really find out what I think about it. And I think I'm gonna take this all the way from the outer corner to the inner corner because I think we're gonna do a halo eye today just to change things up a little bit. It's been a while since I've done one of those, so we'll at least make this tutorial a little bit different. So far so good. That looks pretty blended to me. So I'm gonna go in with my next shade in the palette, which is a little bit more warm tone. I feel like it's pretty similar to this one, but definitely more on the warmer side. Also, this one doesn't have much pickup on the palette either, so kind of the same thing. It's pretty creamy, not too powdery. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this right. Ooh, that is really pigmented. Okay. Wow, that one's probably more pigmented than the first one. It could have a lot to do with the brush that I used to pick up that other shade, because I really like this brush personally. This is like my favorite crease brush, the Sigma E38. Also, if you guys want to get a discount on Sigma, you guys can use my code Lamia. It's always down below, but this actually is seriously like my favorite blending brush ever. So it could be the brush that picked up more pigment. and as opposed to the Morphe one that I just used. But that one is so pretty. I love this shade. I feel like this would be a go-to shade for me. Like if I'm running out the door, I usually just put like a contour, like bronzer shade in my crease. But I feel like this would be a really good shade just to kind of wear by itself to add like some dimension to the eye. And it's blending so easily. So this is what the eyes are looking like so far. I think it looks pretty good. I feel like this palette is doing really well so far, so I'm really excited about it. I am going to take another shade into my crease. I'm just going to take this darker brown shade, and I'm going to take that onto my Sigma E25, I believe. The number rubbed off of this brush, but I believe it's the E25. So I'm going to take a little bit of that shade up into the upper part of the middle of my crease, but I'm mainly going to focus it on the outer corner and the inner corner of my eye, just kind of deepen up the halo eye before we cut out the center. Usually I feel like these deeper brown shades are kind of hard for me to blend out. I've always kind of had a harder time with them, so I'm excited to see how this one is in comparison to my other ones. But so far it's blending pretty easily. I haven't put that much on yet, but it seems to be blending out pretty well. I love how these shades look together. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of cut out the center of the halo eye with some concealer. So I'm just going to take this little tiny Morphe brush. It is the Morphe M170-4 and some Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and I'm just going to cut out the center of the halo eye. So I actually ended up deepening up the crease just a tad more off camera before cutting out the center of my crease, and it looks kind of crazy right now, but it'll look better once I have the shade on in the center. So I'm going to go in with this really, really, really pretty shimmer shade right here. It is called Copper Stone, and I'm going to place this in the center of my lid, right where I kind of cut out that center area with a concealer. And I'm first just going to apply it with my finger because I want to see how pigmented it will be with my finger. And then to get more precise, I'm going to use this little flat concealer brush from Sephora. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray this brush a little bit before dipping into that shade, just so I can get the best color payoff out of it. And then after I have the shade all the way placed onto my lid, I'm gonna go back in with the darker brown and deepen it on the inner and outer corners. The last step that I'm going to be doing on my eyes for now is I'm going to take this lighter shimmer shade in the palette, I believe it is called Dune, onto my Sigma Pencil E30 brush, and I'm going to place this shade on the high point of my brow just to kind of highlight the brow a little bit. That is such a pretty highlight shade. Yeah, that shade is super pretty under the brow. And I'm probably gonna add that shade into my inner corner later as well, but after I do my face makeup. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna do for the eyes for now. Now I'm going to start my face makeup, and I have so many new face products and I'm so excited to try them out. So the first thing that I'm going to be trying is the Hourglass Veil Primer. Now this has been raved about like crazy by Amanda Ensing. She always talks about this primer, and it's supposed to make all of your foundation sweat proof, so I'm really excited to try it out. Obviously I'm not going to fully be able to tell by this first impressions, but I can kind of just give you guys my feel on it just by how it feels applying on the skin and how my foundation lays on top of it. I'm just going to put on this headband, that way my hair doesn't get in the way and I don't get foundation and makeup all up in my hair. So I'm just gonna take kind of one pump to start off because I don't know if a little goes a long way or if I need a little bit more. So we're just gonna try this out. It feels really soft. It kind of feels like it's just like gliding over my skin. It doesn't necessarily feel like a moisturizer. It's just like so soft feeling, which is nice. It does kind of leave a white cast, which I don't know how I feel about. I guess it doesn't really matter because my foundation is going to be laying on top of it anyway, but it feels like it's definitely like not blurring my pores or anything, but definitely like smoothing out my skin. So one pump definitely was more than enough. And also, as you guys can see, my face is way lighter than the rest of my body because I self-tan my body, and my face isn't self-tanned because I exfoliate it every day and it'll just come off anyway. So the foundation that I'm gonna be using today, I had 3 foundations to choose from. If you guys watched my haul, then you would know which ones. But the one that I decided to use today is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. I've heard tons of amazing things about this. I have used this product once before on a client, but never on myself. I'm in the shade 2W2 Raton. I'm gonna be taking this black beauty blender to apply all over my face. I know that I need a new one so bad, like the top is ripped off of it and like it's kind of breaking apart on the bottom too, but we're gonna be using it anyway because I still think it works well until I get a new one. The only thing I don't like about this foundation, first impression wise, is that it doesn't have a pump. You kind of have to just pour it onto your hand. I know that you can purchase a pump. I know that Ulta sells them, and I believe they're around $10, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. I think it should come with a pump. I don't think I should have to pay for a pump. But I believe they've had the same packaging like since they created this foundation, and it's definitely not a new foundation. And you only have to really buy the pump one time, so I guess it's not too bad, and I'll probably buy one eventually. But since I don't have one yet, I'm just gonna be pouring it on the back of my hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour some without applying too much. So I'm just gonna start off with this much foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and start applying this. It smells really good. Kind of has like a fragrance smell. So I do feel like I use more product when I apply foundation this way, just because I feel like when I apply it straight to the beauty blender, it does soak up a little bit more product. I still have this much left, and that covered basically all of my right side. I do like the finish so far. It's not like doing anything crazy. It's not like emphasizing my pores or anything, so. It does seem a little bit light for me. Once I bronze and everything, I think it'll be okay. I feel like you can definitely still see a little bit of my redness peeking through over here. So I'm gonna try and build up a little bit more product. It looks good on my nose. Usually that's like my biggest issue if I have a foundation that doesn't work well for me. It'll look kind of cakey around my nose. And I wouldn't say it's a matte finish, and I wouldn't say it's a dewy finish. It's kind of just like a natural in between like satin finish, which I think is really nice. It doesn't feel like too heavy on the skin, but you can feel it's there because it is a pretty heavy duty foundation. So far, so good. I think it looks pretty nice. Again, the match is a little bit off. It is a little bit light on me, but it's not too bad. So I went in and picked up the Too Faced Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Conceal, Contour, Highlight, and Retouch. And I got the shade Nude. People have been saying that it's replacing their Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and that's like my personal favorite. So we'll have to see if this one does for me as well. If you guys want a comparison on how much product you're getting in this versus the Tarte Shape Tape, this has 15 milliliters of product, and the Tarte Shape Tape has 10 milliliters of product, so you're getting 5 whole milliliters more in this concealer, which is awesome. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply this, and then I'm going to blend it in with my Sigma 3D HD blender, and I'm going to apply it on my chin, on my nose, the center of my forehead, and underneath my eyes as well. And I'm also just gonna clean up the edge of my eyeshadow. I definitely feel like it's very heavy duty, a lot like the Tarte Shape Tape, but I feel like it's not as drying as the Tarte Shape Tape. Definitely blends out really easily as well. Do you guys see like how crisp that looks? So I honestly really wanted to try out the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder, but I haven't had the chance to get my hands on it yet. So I just went ahead and set my under eyes with the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. And for my thoughts on the concealer before I move on, I think the concealer looks honestly so good. My under eyes look so bright and just like smooth out. It looks so pretty. So definitely an A+ so far from me. But the powder that I'm going to be moving on to use next is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder, and I'm really excited for this one because I've never had like a powder with like a glow and sheen to it before. So to set the rest of my face, I am going to be taking this Hourglass Veil Powder, and I also still have the little sticker in here. I don't really know how to use this. I guess I'm just going to close it and like shake it a little bit. So I'm actually just gonna apply this powder with a brush because my sponges are doing me really dirty today. I think it's time to get new ones. So I'm gonna take some onto my brush and I'm gonna apply it this way. It adds such a pretty sheen. I think I would like it better with the sponge just because it would really like press into the skin nicely, but it's not bad with a brush. It adds such a pretty glow. I really like it. It's so subtle, but it makes the skin look so pretty. I really like it a lot. So now I'm just gonna move on to contour, and I'm also going to highlight and brighten underneath my under eyes with the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I know that this is a staple in a lot of people's makeup collections, but I have never, ever tried this. So I'm really excited to try it today. So I'm gonna be taking this middle contour shade first, and I'm gonna be using this to contour my cheekbones. And the brush that I'm gonna be using with it is the Morphe M523 brush. I think that might have actually blended out a little bit easier than my Woola bronzer, and I feel like the shade is really nice as well. Like, it's not too warm and it's not too cool, so it doesn't look muddy at all, but it blends out like so nicely. So I'm also going to take this at the top of my forehead, and I feel like this stuff is definitely super pigmented, so don't go as heavy-handed as I just did. But I do want to bronze up my skin for sure because my face is definitely lighter. And I have a problem with a lot of my bronzers and contour shades becoming really patchy, especially on this side, but I feel like it's not becoming patchy at all. So now that my nose is baking on the sides, I'm gonna take that same shade and contour my nose. And to clean up the contour on my cheekbone, I'm also going to bake right underneath. And while that powder sets, I'm gonna take the same palette in that middle yellow shade onto this Ofa brush. It's been like my new favorite brush for highlighting under the eyes, and then the side for blush. But I'm gonna take this more pointed side and take that yellow shade and place it right underneath my eyes. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that color. This is a lot like my Essence Banana Powder. I wouldn't say that it's better. It kind of looks the same in my opinion, but it is so nice to have a lighter shade underneath your eyes, like a banana powder. So if you've never tried it before, I definitely recommend it. And it brings so much light to the center of your face. So my camera did die midway, like always, but I just went ahead and dusted away all of the powder that I had baking. And then since I don't have a blush to try out, I actually just ended up using this Sigma one that I've been liking lately. It's the Sigma Core de Rosa Aura powder, and I just applied it with the other side of that Ofa brush. So now I'm just gonna move on quickly to my lower lash line, and I'm gonna go back into that NATASHA Denona palette, and I'm basically just gonna take all of the shades that I put into my crease, these two and this deep brown right here, and I'm gonna place those shades right underneath my lower lash line with the Morphe M210 brush. And with my Sigma E30 pencil brush, I'm gonna take this lighter shimmer shade right here with my Sigma E30 brush, and I'm gonna place this into my inner corners. So before I apply my lashes, I just want to line my waterline and my tight line, but I don't want to use a black liner. I actually want to use a brown one. I have tried this before, but not too many times. It's the Eyeshadow gel eyeliner, and this one's in the shade brown. I think that the brown is a lot nicer to use in my bottom waterline because it's not as harsh as the black, but it still makes my eyes pop, especially for brown eyes. Next, I'm just going to curl my lashes, and then I'm going to apply the Hourglass Caution Mascara in Ultra Black. It's super small because I actually got this in my BeautyCon bag, but I thought it'd be fun to try out in today's video. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes first. I went ahead and applied some lashes off camera. I also don't have any new lashes to try out, unfortunately, but these have been my absolute favorite lately, and I've been getting so many compliments every time I wear them. These are the Eyeshadow lashes in the style Celestial, and also let me mention that I've literally worn these lashes so many times, and I feel like they still look like they're in really good shape. So I definitely recommend checking out Eyeshadow. Also, I do have a discount code with them as well. It's Lamia if you guys want to get some money off at checkout. So we are going to be trying the Artist Couture loose highlighters. I believe that they just came out with like a pressed highlighter. I don't know if they're available to purchase yet, but this is the Diamond Glow loose powder, and I actually got mine in the shade Illuminati. I'm not really too sure how exactly you're supposed to use this. I think I just got it all for me. So I'm gonna take this all-nighter setting spray and my Morphe M501, and I'm just going to spray my brush with this, and then I'm literally gonna take the highlighter in my hand and I'm gonna take what I got on my brush, and I'm going to apply this to the high points of my cheek. It's so pretty. Do you guys see? Oh my god. I think that this is my favorite product out of the whole tutorial. And this wasn't even like on my plan of buying at the Sephora VIB sale, but I didn't even know that our Sephora carried them. But I'm so glad I got it. I feel like this with the Amrezy highlighter underneath would be so pretty, but even by itself, oh my god. Do you guys see? That's way too much. Oh my god. I think this is the most intense my highlighter has ever been in my life. Do you guys see that? I can't make this up. Oh my god. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that same highlighter, and I'm gonna highlight my nose. I'm gonna try and not go overboard. Okay, so now that we have our highlighter done, I'm lastly going to do my lips. I don't have a new lip liner, but I do have a new lipstick. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, and it is in the shade London. I actually ended up getting this because Ariel, Kylie's makeup artist, uses this in his perfect nude combo. And I'm also gonna take my Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Exposed. It's really, really tiny, and I'm just gonna pair these two together. So to set my face, I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. So that is pretty much it for this full face of first impressions. This is the final look. I absolutely loved like literally everything in this video. There's not one thing that I didn't like. My probably favorite thing would have to be the Artist Couture highlighter. As you guys know, I'm like obsessed with it now because it's so blinding and pretty. And then if I had to pick something that was like the least exciting for me, even though I literally love everything and I love this product too, just by the way it felt applying, but if I had to pick like the least exciting thing, it'd probably have to be this Veil primer, just because I mean, like, how exciting can a primer be? You know what I mean? But I obviously can't really get the full effects of this primer until I see how my makeup wears throughout the day whenever I do a wear test, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. But I really did enjoy everything in this video, and I do recommend you guys go try them out. If there is anything that you guys think you would like to try, then let me know down below. If there's something that you think was the least exciting or the most exciting in your opinion, then let me know about that as well. But I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I hope to see you guys next time.